Robert Johnson owned BET. He was worth $3 billion. His wife took 1.5.
You basically incentivize women to leave men because what like
They basically got you by the balls.
right because there's no
Oh, you want to
as much as great as men want to think they are, there's no woman out there who's like, I love this man so much that I'm gonna put up with him, knowing that I could take half of everything. I'm recording, G. You can't play that. It's gonna shut the recording down because it be this thing. We put up something. They was like UMG Publishing, shut the whole thing down. Like that's how it is with this thing. They got, but you take Dr. Dre wife and you say she get to leave with $500 million. It's no way that women want to stay, cook, clean for you, listen to you, follow your rules when they could take half of that, replace you with a guy that just come over every now and again, live whatever kind of life they want to live. Is no so women are incentivized to leave men. There's no reason.
Especially successful men.
Yeah, there's no reason. I don't need a
So you
billion.
wanna but we're talking strictly about money, but
Because that's all it's about.
right. But I'm saying like, so you're saying that it's cheaper to keep her. I'd rather stay in an unhappy union.
Most unions are unhappy because women make it unhappy. Most men don't have unhappy unions by what we do. The woman makes it miserable. What they say, hell have no fury like a woman. Yeah, women make it miserable. They like, I don't want to be here no more. First thing they gonna do is cut off sex. That's gonna make you miserable as a man by itself. She not listening to nothing you say, and she banging somebody else out.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's what.
But women also like, oh, I told you to put these curtains up, 4 weeks
They
ago.
browbeat you, yeah.
Oh,
So then, yeah.
you're not spending enough time with me. They are very funny creatures where they feel like anything could set them off, and now
They
like,
waged a war.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta punch the clock to spend time. You gotta punch the clock to make sure she got things on her wish list. You gotta punch the clock. Like you basically they got you by the balls.
And back in the day, men didn't have to deal with that because they was like, if you want to leave, leave.
Right.
I get another one, a younger one.
Yeah,
Now, if women want to leave, they like, I'm leaving. I was watching Divorce Court the other day, and the judge told the woman that she was going to take down her child support to from 3,500 to 1,500 a month. This woman was living her whole life depending on a man that she's no longer with to pay child support.
until the child is 18.
They do that every year.
If she's
22 in
if
New
the child
York.
is living with
This
the mother,
man is financing her whole life.
Yep. Yep.
And the judge told her, she said, you can go get a job. She was like, I don't want to go get a job. You can go get a job. See, these women, what's going on, just to bring it back to what's going on in the NBA. There's a gender war happening in the NBA right now where you have Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins saying people need to be held accountable, and the women are saying, don't hold us accountable. And this is what happens when men let women into organizations. A lot of times, women not trying to hear that accountability stuff. Women not trying to hear that. And I keep telling men don't have no problems punishing each other. You do something wrong, a dude gonna shoot you, he gonna stab you, you gonna go to jail, and we okay with that. We punish men for not having big penises. We say, yo, you couldn't satisfy your girl, what you thought she was gonna do. We punish dudes for things they can't even control. Oh, you short, you know what I'm saying? You whatever, Meanwhile, when it come to women, Jada Pinkett, she cheated on Will Smith. Everybody like, well, Will Smith must not have been digging her out right.
Pop
Ime
was.
Udoka cheat on Nia Long. They ready to take Ime Udoka to the cleaners like she was a virgin and like she didn't already come with a baby. Like, I know in the hood, Nia Long is like, Nia Long is like in the hood, she's like Queen Sheba. But in reality, she's just a woman. Like, and nobody's like, well, girl, what did you do what you needed to do to satisfy your man and keep your man whoop de whoop de whoop?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they just saying it's Nia Long. Why would you cheat on Beyonce? Like, I can see Beyonce not being cooperative. I can see Beyonce not, being mouthy and Jay-Z being like, I can see it. I'm not saying that's what happened. I mean, regular girls are like that. So you taking somebody like that who is worth $600-700 million. And so, like I said, the NBA, they try to be all progressive. But now this whole
Well, I think
situation.
I think of the NBA. I was going to tap on that earlier, though. The NBA has had a history of rulemaking that sets the tone for the other leagues, but the NBA is a majority black sport. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that they hand down to these players has a lot to do with race. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, there was a period where they wanted them to dress a certain way when they were on, when you were on traveling.
Back when they used to wear
They
suits.
want you to wear a suit while you're traveling. Meanwhile, you could fight in hockey and you get a small penalty, but you back in the game a few minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
You could fight in baseball and be back in the game. Those are sports that still have a good number of white players, so they hold them to a different standard. With us, we're the violent black men, so we gotta curtail all of that type of behavior and activity. All the drug laws that came down the pipeline.
The gun laws.
Archaic. It was archaic, the ones that they try to get in the NBA. So, it's to be expected. Yeah, we it's no one wants to talk about it being a plantation. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, hey, these dudes is making millions of dollars to bounce the ball up and down the court. They can't complain about slavery. But when you think about the amount of money that's being made by the team owners, these teams, the stadiums, the NBA, I mean, if you can pay Steph Curry $250 million and he's just one player, then they making some dough. So, and with that comes, in their minds, a lot of responsibility. You need to, you my nigga. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
raise you up like that from being as a youngin playing sports. They raise you up. Stay in the lines, like don't do nothing.
Also, the age difference in when you baseball, like they will literally go down to the Dominican Republic and pull a 14, 15, 16-year-old up here, and he'll do, he'll be in the grass league, and then before you know it, he's playing baseball. With us, they've been trying to implement, like requiring dudes to go to college and requiring them to get some background.
You got to go
education.
overseas to play at 18.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the rules for us is always different. Football, I don't even know like.
But
what
see,
it
also the
requires.
rules is too. You can't do nothing off the court neither. You got to be squeaky clean off the field as well. Which part of my problem with this whole situation is that you got people like Robert Kraft, who's an owner. We know he got caught in the Chinese parlor. You know what I'm saying? Down in Florida. Nobody's sitting there saying, oh, you can't own a team no more because you was, sleeping with girls at a massage parlor. Like, this is why you have to have division between men and women. Because there's a boys club and you cannot, one of the best lines that Trump said was, we is in the men's locker room. It's boys talk. Because you cannot be a man around other men and practice that level of hypocrisy. That's not cool. You know that this is something that most of us do. So now for you to come out like Pee Wee Herman and be like, Oh, he was sleeping with one of the female employees. How dare you? Bro, come on. Men been sleep ever since men and women been working together, men been sleeping with women.
And co-workers.
If you don't want men and women to sleep together, then don't have them working together, because it's going to happen. Especially when you don't make women follow a dress code. They just come in there looking how they looking.
What that comedian say, like sending salmon,
Patrice O'Neal, yeah.
putting honey on salmon and sending them
A grizzly bear.
A grizzly bear.
Yeah, that's what they do. And they try to make us seem like we are the weirdos.
I mean, it gets even deeper, because when you start thinking about the fact that, okay, if I can get this young man at an impressionable age, and don't think that they not setting them up with some of these women that they, that
when you go to college campus, when you the man, they got women there. Yeah,
he got game with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
like
they
how
set
they
them
set
up
that
all the
kid.
time.
They
So
had kids
and they
setting
try
them
to
up.
get them with somebody. Well, I'm being presumptuous, but I mean, try to get them with somebody that they know has a level of intelligence to where they'll be able to manipulate. I mean, you see a lot of athletes that don't have much of an education, and they get with women that are far more intelligent than themselves, and they're going to make sure that they are protected financially.
they said when you get in the league, they hook you up with everybody. They hook you up with the women. They hook you up with the dealers. Like, they plug you in with everybody. So what I'm saying is that, right, the gender war that's going on, to me, is just crazy, because to me, this shouldn't even be a story. Ime Udola smashing a chick really shouldn't be a story. That's like normal, bro. It shouldn't even be a story.
He signed a contract.
We all signed that bullshit contract when we start working.
Yeah.
That say no sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And we all do it. That's the board. That's what I'm saying. We sign that for legal purposes.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody want to press charges.
And that's high profile.
Now, if she want to press charges, then it comes out.
You have to wonder how it came out anyway. I guess it gets deeper. We don't know the whole story, but you have to.
You gotta wonder how it came out.
Because she could have been put there to set him up.
If it came out because he got caught smashing her cheeks, like in the office, or like he was like trying to get it somewhere in the Boston Garden, you like, yo, this dude is he was really charged up. Like, she really had him in his feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was going to sleep at night hearing her moan. When she walked by, he like, I gotta have it. Anytime, any place, anywhere, bendo. That's how those relationships get, though. When a man get him a little side piece or whatever, he be like trying to get that, like, he be trying to do all the crazy stuff.
But I mean, like we was touching on yesterday, like, I think a lot of our attitudes towards relationships are based in religious dogma, which is that there's someone out there for everyone, and that relationships is what we should be working toward, and that marriage is the ultimate goal. And I think that that's just false all the way around. I think that not everyone is wired for relationships, and I think sometimes men need to be honest with them. And women need to be honest with themselves and say, look, I'm not wired for this. Like, I don't see myself being with one person for the rest of my life. I don't see myself, some people see the beauty in one-on-one relationships and growing together and all that, and other people just like, nah, I need variety. I need, and he should have been more honest with himself.
I mean, what you saying to me it sounds great, but I get a lot of pleasure out of discipline. And so for me, I don't look at how people naturally are. I look at how people develop themselves, things that you have to train yourself to do. The natural way to swing a golf club is not the best way. Somebody has to teach you that. The natural way you want to do things is not necessarily the best way. So just because you ain't wired for that, that don't mean you can't discipline yourself and rewire however you came as a default
Of
package.
course. Matter of fact, I think in most cases that's what people do. I don't think that finding yourself with one person is natural. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So I do think that majority of people. I know some. My boy Roger Williams. I went to school with. Like we used to go to parties all the time, and he would he would never. I used to be like, man, why you not hollering at these girls? And he like, I don't see nothing in here I like, because he was already at a young age. He knew he wanted to get married. He knew it.
Well, a lot of guys hold an image of a woman in their mind, and if they see him in a certain light, they don't like him. Like if they see him being wild, but then dudes like that end up getting tricked because they go for the girl because they see him in a certain environment, and they don't know she not really like that. She be going other places and she's wild. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of dudes. Like once dudes know that girls are a freak, a lot of dudes not marrying that girl. That's just how we set up. If we know, like, if we see a girl, we put them in the category wife or fun girl. Once we say you're a fun girl, we don't want to be with you no more. So now women have to figure out, how do I want to display myself to him? You got women that's literally out there saying, I really, really like this guy, so I'm not going to sleep with him because I don't want to mess it up. But I got another dude that I'm sleeping with because to him I'm just a fun girl, but to him I might be a wife. Now, in my opinion, that's manipulative because you're not saying who you really are. And here's the thing: I believe that women push for monogamy more than men do. See, what happens is we operate in cycles, right? And ever since the beginning of time, women have wanted to leave their monogamous relationship. That's Eve basically eating the apple. And then when shit get thick, they want to run back to us. This is now when things get serious, that gets passed on for like 2 generations. So what's going on right now is like women like, man, if the market crash, I'm gonna hurry up and get me a husband. But women get upset when they decide I'm ready to get a husband and none of the dudes want to marry him.
What's the logic between the market crashing and getting a husband?
You know, they just put out an article saying black women have the highest eviction rate. When the market crash, they gonna need somewhere to stay.
Right.
They gonna need somebody to go in with them on the bills. They gonna need somebody
to protect them.
Yep. And so now they like all of that strong, independent. See, the difference between a man and a woman is this: a man can never be a bitch ass nigga. Never. Women can go from being strong and independent to, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. Like, somebody please come help me. Women can do that.
Damsel in distress now.
Yeah, they can be a damsel in distress. Nigga, you can barely go from being Clark Kent to Superman. You better just stay Superman. If you show Clark Kent, you're out of here. She can go from Superman to like nothing.
Just how white women can go from Karen to fucking Karen with white tears.
Right. And all of a sudden, everything is forgiven.
Right.
And this is, so what I'm basically saying is that what a lot of women have realized, because what happens to a lot of women is this: it's not just that the market's crashing. You know how many women right now are freezing their eggs, going through fertilization processes because they want a baby in a family? But men like young women. So when women get to an age where they gotta freeze their eggs and when they gotta come up with all of these solutions, they like, where are the men at? Why don't any of these men want to commit to me? And most of the men are saying, if you are this old and you don't have a family and a baby, you've been the fun girl for years. It's no way that you could get to this point in your life and not have been married. Now, if you was married and like your husband couldn't get you pregnant or something like that, dudes might understand that a little bit. But for the most part, what I'm basically saying is that women, listen, back in the day, you had more families. So older women would teach younger women what the future holds. They say, girl, you better get you a man. You better get you a husband. You better get married. Don't be out here like that.
You needed a partner back then, though.
But you needed an older person to tell you what it's going to be like when you turn 35. Now, older people are like, yeah, girl, go out there and pop. Go out there and shake your ass. So she thinking when she get 35, listen, bro, when you think about the fact that we operate in cycles, that shit is deep, because the fact that we operate in cycles mean that people keep doing the same thing over and over again. So like the older women right now that's in their 50s, a lot of those women got married 2 or 3 times because niggas did not know. A lot of us men, we lost our old ways. Men didn't used to be like this before. A lot of us took the propaganda and we was like, we're going to be better men than our fathers. And we let our moms tell us that our pops wasn't shit. A whole story came out with Tupac, where Tupac never met his real dad and his mom knew who the real dad was and lied to him his whole life about who his real dad was. And Tupac is making songs, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always be a black queen, mama. So now, even though your mom did all of this foul shit, you still hold your mom in high regard. You like, no love for my daddy because the coward. Well, you don't even know the nigga. How you know he a coward? We've been brainwashed to feel a certain way about men based on society. So we say, I'm going to be a better man. Then baby facing these dudes come out, I'll pay your rent, I'll wash up. This nigga said, I do everything. I will go to work. I will come home and cook. He said, I'll give you everything. The same thing happened when Nikki Giovanni was with what's the dude name? The black dude, James Baldwin. Nikki Giovanni was with James Baldwin, and Nikki Giovanni said, women have changed. You know, she was getting into feminism. He didn't understand what she was saying, right? And what I'm basically saying is that dudes are now saying over the past years, they like, hold up, men have changed. We seen all of these failed marriages. So all of that, as soon as I get home from work, I'm gonna take care of you.
It was interesting though, that exchange that they were having, because they're both gay. And I think that when you fast forward to today, with what we were talking about on the ride to Tampa, is that now our representatives, and this is not a slight at them, but our representatives in the news that are made to bring us information are gay. You got Don Lemon.
Damn.
You got who's the white guy over there at CNN? He's gay.
Cooper.
So, Anderson Cooper. So that's done intentionally because they want to.
They fighting a war they not even in.
So what they soften the blow. They soften the blow because they want it to be. They want to spoon feed the information to you. And when you have men like Walter Cronkite, Tom Brokaw, these guys who were men who were on your TV every night. Not to say that gay men are not men, because they are, but these were like, they represented something. So when you talking about a conversation that took place 50 years ago with 2 clearly gay people talking about black female and male relationships, and the man is gay and the woman is gay. You know what I'm saying? So how are they going to really have this conversation and have it be practical and have it make sense? And that's, and I can't say that that's, what's done purposefully. You just happen to have 2 brilliant authors that were sitting down for a conversation about relationships. But every time I watch that, I'm like, both of them are gay. Like how, where is this? What is this?
But what he said to her was right. He said, you're not going to really be able to change men. That's what he said. And what she said to him was also accurate, where she was speaking from the movement, where she was like, women are changing. And he was like, men not about to change. And the women did change. And the men changed. But the men, we have snapped back.
But he ended up running from himself anyway. And
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really talking about them on a personal level. I'm just talking about how things operate in cycles and how over time, we did change our thought process to try to accommodate women more. Like when old school men say stories about how they treat women, a lot of young dudes be like, She didn't cook the cornbread right. You threw the shit on the floor. We like, damn, this nigga was abusive. Now, when you hear about how women are, you like, hold up. She did what? She's abusive. And so what I'm basically saying is that what a lot of people don't want to deal with is that in relationships there is a dominant and a submissive. You understand? Like there's a dom and there's a sub. So at the end of the day, women in a dominant position in a relationship with a man tend to be a lot more abusive than men in a dominant position over women. And the primary reason why women are more abusive when they're in a dominant position versus men is because women don't have consequences for being bitches. If you hit my sister and you her husband, nigga, you gotta see me. You gotta see me. Bro, dudes be tripping out. They be like, my mom took my girl's side. My girl wilded out and my mom was like, what you do? Nigga, why you, what you do to your girl? Why she tripping? I be sitting there, they be talking. I'm like, how are y'all on the same team? You my mom. But with men, we ain't never on the same team. We always let a nigga know we watching you. You understand? If I got a daughter, or even if I got a sister or a niece, a aunt, I'm like, you can't just be treating my aunt any kind of way. So the whole myth of men being abusive was actually brought in so they could have legislation for women to get a divorce even easier. It's called the Duluth law. It's called the Duluth law, like where basically Duluth family law, some shit like that, where basically a woman, all she got to do is say you abused her. And women be saying that and dudes be like, hold up, she just told a whole lie. And y'all believed her. And guess what? It's no consequences for her if you find out it's a lie.
Right.
So women say they getting abused since the 60s. It's been a bunch of women saying they getting abused. They ain't never got abused. And a lot of black men had a problem with that Color Purple film. Because the Color Purple film was making us look abusive.
Get ready because it's coming back out.
The Color Purple?
The new one. They filming it right now.
Is it a remake?
They need to put me in that
It's
joint.
produced by Spielberg and Quincy Jones again. Same two people.
They don't never let the slaves tell their
So is
story.
it a continuation or is it the same
It's a
thing?
new movie with Fantasia playing the.
Oh my God.
So he doing it.
That's a
But it's the same script.
Bro, they don't have no problem slapping black men in the face.
You know, they're trying to demoralize us.
That's why I say we gotta tighten up, bro. We gotta realize that the only ally that the black man can possibly have is himself with other black men. Because our women, if you got a good woman, that's cool. But you can't really build with a woman like you can build with men. Like, a couple of men can get together and buy this whole block. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If you like, yo, I'm gonna build it with my woman. But what black women are sitting here saying, I do not have to respect black men because y'all have continuously got your ass whipped by white men. It's black women, that's what they saying. Black women keep moving the goalposts. And guess what? Every time black men got something, we share with black women. Every time. We love our women. Like Stephen A. Smith, Ice Cube, Vote for America. Lisa Ray was in a movie that's his movie. She's on there talking to Ice Cube crazy. Like, what y'all gonna do for black women? Where's black women at in the contract for America? Ice Cube is like, whenever us men are in power, we always take care of the women. Whenever y'all in power, you be looking down on us saying we bum ass niggas and shit like that. Bro, it's an assault. It's a fucking war on the black man, bro. Whoever's in the building, man, shout out to my troopers, man. Whoever's in the building, I got 2 people in the building. We just break. This is Das right here for y'all, man. This is my music producer. This is my guy C Money right here, man. And we just chopping it up, you know what I mean? These dudes, you see how they are. If I told them it was 2 girls in here and they was Instagram models, they'd be smiling like goddamn Bucktooth Kenny. They ice grilling the fucking camera right now. These niggas is tough.
Really?
They
Really?
tough.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, this y'all ain't even say what's up or nothing, man. I got the fellas in here with me, man. But yeah.
Yeah. Yo, is this a burger maker? I wasn't sure if you can make burgers with this or waffles.
It's a press. You get anything you want to put in there, you can put in there.
So I can do Atlanta Brave hamburgers.
You could do them like crystal burgers.
Like Wendy's, but
yeah, exactly. Wendy's and
crystals
and
I can make sandwiches.
Anything
you
you
can make.
But hold on real quick. Let's go back to Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't get married, what is his alternative from your perspective?
To just live. Like, you
How?
me.
He's Michael the fuck Jordan. How?
You really asking me how Michael
He's
Jordan...
still smashing chicks on the side, I believe.
But yeah, how is he gonna live? He can't go nowhere. He's a target everywhere.
He can't go nowhere and what? Like...
Jordan is a monster. He get through the back door.
Yeah, but I mean, women is not a problem for Michael Jordan, right? I mean, he can get women, but he likes being married. Obviously, that's
no.
what he
But
likes
I'm just
being.
saying, if he didn't get married, I mean, he has
And
to be
just-
shrouded with security. Every woman, every
You
connection.
think the marriage brings him security?
I think the marriage gives him a place to be where he has somebody to talk to. Because outside of that,
He can't just be popping up with different women and moving around in public.
he's a target. A woman is trying to put.
I mean, I feel
semen
that.
in
You just
his
gotta
ass.
be a little more cautious.
The problem is that nigga's still a target right now. She's
That's
just
what I'm
playing the
saying.
long game.
He's
Right.
still a target. So get me a woman that's gonna sit in the house and be with me.
You like that?
Who?
You.
What's that name?
Aquarius, him and Jordan Aquarius is out. Aquarius is us are
I
enigmas.
don't like that. Aquarius is a what?
Enigmas. It's hard to
You
figure
don't like
y'all out.
sitting in the house with the same chick every day.
I be with y'all how many days out the fucking week?
I don't know. You just started coming around more, man. So it ain't like you been here but you been here more. You been here like 3 or 4 days.
I'm gonna do you like that. Really?
Yeah, it's
Really?
been 3 or
That's
4
because
days.
I'm patrolling the area now.
You know what's interesting?
But I'm just
You know what's
saying, like,
interesting though
he's
about
Michael Jordan.
relationships?
He's rich.
What I'm saying is this. Yeah.
Anywhere he go, a woman's gonna try to suck that dick.
So?
Put that semen in her.
So
So that he might as well be married because she's trying to rob him.
He could go out the Dick Cannon way.
Anybody.
10 babies. I mean, I don't know.
Nigga see Jordan like, oh shit, what I'm gonna do? Let me slap his ass.
So what? I'm not understanding.
I think some men like
he is
marriage
so
because
rich.
some men are. I think this is my. I'm not saying Michael Jordan is an angel, but when I look at his time away from basketball and how he just enjoyed being with the fellas and. North Carolina is a very biblical state. I think that Michael Jordan, it wants to be a good man. I think that he has some demons because he is famous and because he can get head. So it's like it's hard to turn down head when you're a bum. I'm pretty sure it's hard for Jordan to turn down head from a pretty Brazilian or somebody from Sweden. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I think that he tries to most of us know that we're sinners, so we try to live a certain percentage of our life not being in sin, and then we like, okay, well, if I mess up a little bit over here, and so that's why I think some men like marriage.
Just chill. I mean, I can't call it for Michael Jordan. I don't even know what it's like to be Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
Just chill. Like, I'm not rushing to go get married again after I just got married. She took me for 140, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna chill. Let me breathe for a minute.
I'm gonna chill with my little entourage that
maybe he could have like 5 girls that he was rotating. I don't know.
he can't have that because every girl's gonna try to dump the semen in him like the girl.
And
Why
when
you think that?
you
Because he's
can't
the-
have a 5-girl rotation because
What do you?
one
You
of
don't think they want to stop working? And if they do that,
Tiger Woods was juggling 14 girls.
Yeah, you see what happened to Tiger.
What?
He's a bad example.
What happened to him?
You can't juggle 14 girls.
the wife
Because
got
as soon as you don't,
good,
as soon as you don't give one of those girls what they want, they blow up your whole
Or
situation.
they find out-
Y'all are
you gave
making
the other
broad
car.
generalizations.
No,
about
I'm
women.
not.
Like women aren't like mentally.
Well, you can
capable.
only have this conversation with broad generalizations.
But I'm saying
You
like
can't get
like
into
they not
specifics.
mentally capable of being in a relationship that's open and that there's no.
Let me
If
tell
you
me.
ain't- if
No,
you ain't
show me
kicking
one.
them up-
Tell me one.
if you
Tell
ain't
me
kicking
one.
them up-
One man who has a rotation of 5 girls, and that's just been working for him over time. Nigga, Hugh Hefner died, and they said that, and they try to throw dirt on his name. And them girls was willingly at the mansion, at the Playboy
Yeah,
mansion.
well, when you
what are they getting out of it? Just dick?
out of the Playboy mansion.
No, out of rotating with a Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods.
That's ultimately what they asked themselves.
They eating good. They traveling a little bit.
That's
If they got to
thing.
Michael Jordan, they got other dudes that they dealing with. Michael Jordan, they ain't figure out how to get to the
Hold
top
up,
floor.
Hold up. Eating good from what perspective if I know he's a multi-billionaire?
You eating whatever you want to eat. You
No,
traveling.
I want more. I want my own mansion. I want more.
Diddy is a perfect example. Diddy, he rotate him. You know, one week he on the boat with, you know, the girl from City Girls. Next week he chilling at the crib with another girl. I mean, and they all understand what it is. It's like, that's what it is. I'm Diddy. I don't have time to be getting into no, like, union with you to where it's defined that we are. No, I'm Diddy. I'm
Diddy's
trying
a
to,
good
I'm trying
one.
to get
I
to
like
Diddy
that
taking
one.
care of his bitches. He caking
All
them
of
up. He caking them up. And Diddy lives in a certain part of the underworld too. Cause my girl was his personal assistant. Diddy ain't he ain't to be fucked with.
Right.
He'll go burn your house down. You end up dead just like everybody else.
Oh yeah. So,
You
but
know
them
that,
girls
but
understand.
not
Now,
like-
now check it. Like, and you
I
know,
think Jordan
Diddy
is
run out.
underworld,
I
too.
seen Diddy run out from the office in the street on Park Avenue trying to fight the nigga.
Yeah.
And he was already rich then.
he's always ready.
He's
But
always.
now, but you know, like the City Girl chick, you thinking to yourself, like, why would she be getting emotionally and mentally caught up in this dude? To
And
where
who,
she's
Diddy?
on, yeah, she's on. But
She's
he
not.
introduced her, yeah, she every so often she crying on the
About
internet,
Diddy?
yeah, about, you know, cause she know what it is, so she crying, and then he'll fly her out to the yacht or wherever he at, like, come kick it with me for 2-3 days,
Right.
and then send her back home or whatever. And she not normal. Like, you thinking she shouldn't even be worried about
Only
that.
thing I'm saying is this: Diddy's a great example, but we all think these men are great examples until they flip the tables. And Tiger Woods would have been a good example 1 month before the shit went left. So a lot of
We didn't
times,
even know Tiger was getting down like
that's
that.
what I'm
So
saying. That's what I'm
that's why
saying.
it should have kept.
No, but
should have kept it that way.
But what I'm saying is that you never know. But when it go left with women, it's all bad. When it go left, it's all bad. So and the thing is, especially when you dealing with a certain
You're
type of
saying
thing,
every woman when she's scorned and within the
I'm telling you, you playing a
relationship.
dangerous game. I'm not saying every woman, but I'm saying if you do that to enough women, bro, you got women showing up 10 years later after dealing with a man that they don't deal with no more, saying he did stuff. 15 years later, when you deal with a woman, it's never over. It's never over until she's not here anymore.
Right.
She can bring that up and keep bringing it up. R. Kelly keep going to court. It's never over.
50 burnt down his baby mama house. Rick Ross did some shit to his baby mama. Like, you know who you dealing with, you can play that game. But niggas like Tiger and Michael Jordan, they can't play that multiple women game. They can't do that. And even Nick is kicking his bitches up. He making sure he play by the rules. He making sure he has NDAs signed. He making sure camera phones is put away. But he writing the check. Jordan ain't built like that. He think he can just fuck a bitch and walk away, whatever. Like he has to be married to be safe.
And
He
also,
will
it can
not
flip
be
on
safe.
Nick Cannon 5 years from
He
now.
could absolutely.
Oh, I already see some cracks in the armor.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Because now it's like, you know, one of the chicks, I believe last week, you know, she had her response, you could tell like, okay, this is getting old now. Like, you know, new chicks popping up with babies all over the place.
And you just sitting over there holding the baby. You
right,
tight.
right. So,
Right.
you know, maybe he put like $1 million in the trust fund for each of the kids, and when they reach the age, they can get that. But I don't know. I just think that the whole concept of relationships as we know it, I think people have it skewed. I think it's, you know, and it's just like asking somebody, have you ever been in love? And they said, yeah. And then you say, you ever been in love more than once? And I said, yeah, you know, I met this person, I was with them for a period of time, I was in love. We broke up, met somebody else, I was in love, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, finding your soulmate per se and all that type of stuff, I think that's the fantasy that a lot of this is built on.
Like the American dream.
But the reality is that we're animalistic by nature, so.
Yeah, but you have a lot of monogamous animals. And what I'm basically saying is that...
Did you see that video I sent you with the dog?
Yeah, I ain't watch it though. You be sending me some crazy stuff.
Yeah, you got it.
But I thought about
dog,
using that as
this other dog is trying to tap this you know, female dog. This other dog came along and it's like he just tapped her like, come on, let's go. And they ran off and left the other dog standing there. He's standing there, right? And then camera pans over and he breaking her down over here by the fence. Like, it wasn't just let's go. It's like, let's get away from him so I can go knock this shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It's so, yeah, ain't no honor in that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what I'm basically like with this whole thing, bro, I'm saying that you got to think about this. Sexual liberation is a new concept. Before, if you was sleeping with a man, you was going to get pregnant. And if you got pregnant, it was all over. Now with birth control and everything like that, the way that we do in relationships, we never was able to front for this long. Like, it would eventually catch up. Like, you could try to play the good girl role or whatever, but by 20, you was probably having babies. We got a population problem in America because so many women are able to delay having babies, and they have been delaying having babies. So a lot of the things that we are dealing with is not even natural. Our relationships nowadays are not natural because, once again, monogamy benefits women far more than men, and women would be if women was in a position where they didn't have certain things like birth control and all of that, they would be like, I'm not sleeping with you till you marry me. It wouldn't even be until you my boyfriend or nothing like that. It would be like, if you don't marry me, I'm not sleeping with you because I need the security that you my husband if we're gonna have these babies. So it's just like, yeah, man, I mean, we not looking at the way human beings naturally operate. Because I'm gonna tell you something about dudes. A lot of dudes be acquiescing to women just so they can sleep with them. So a dude will marry a female. And let me tell you the age that men are the most irrational. Men are the most irrational when women are like 22, 21, 23. Most men, when they think about proposing to a woman, that's when women get their most marriage proposals, when they in their early 20s. Because really, the time that a woman's body is optimally made for giving birth is 25. And so it's just something naturally about a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, that a man is like, yo, I like her, I could date her for a year, then we have babies and things like that. So a lot of men be like ready to get on one knee.
Like DiCaprio, he let his bitches go at 25.
He letting them go at 25. And so when women start seeing that, they get mad. And the fact that we know that about DiCaprio and that's out, you know, is women out there looking to get them caught up now, and whichever way they can get them caught up.
Even his past women.
Yeah, because they say
don't have no kids.
Because women do not want to be in a situation that they can't capitalize off of. They feel like that's their birthright. They like, I gotta be able to capitalize, especially if that's what I can do. But I'm saying, when women get past a certain age, men don't want to marry them, bro. And so it's not natural for women to get past that age and still think that men gonna be out here like, yo, let me buy you a drink. You go to a bar and it's a bunch of women there in their 30s, you ain't really trying to buy them no drinks like that.
Nope.
Like Patrice O'Neal said, with older women, you like, yo, you better roll your panties down.
That's another of the broad generalization. Like, you not buying 30 and overs, no drinks, only 25.
No, that's what I'm saying is that generalizations mean 75, 80% of the time, most men don't pay attention to women when they get a certain age. It's like, you know what we doing? We out of here. That's how men generally are with women. Like, the older women get, the idea is the older women get, the less men are willing to give them. That's pretty much how it go. And this is what women are saying. Women get sad about it. They like, guys used to just turn their heads. Now, they not turning their head as much. They not buying me drinks. They not listening to my bullshit. That's how women feel. And that's when they want to come back and get your ass. Vivica Fox is over there talking about 50 Cent. 50 Cent is like, bitch, you like about to be 60. If you don't go somewhere, like, dudes ain't feeling older women like that, bro. Come on. Like, yeah.
And you
like
an exception.
No, and see, and this is, and
like,
Das argues the contrary, and he set a bunch of dudes up for failure because he definitely not coming home with no older woman married.
I'd like. See, this is the thing. When you know, one of the things back in the days is like, you know, what are you actually talking about? Like when you go out to a club or you go somewhere and you actually walk up to a woman and you're conversing with her, and it's all basically steps towards one goal, which is in most cases to get her into bed. So you trying to impress her with your bravado and your level of intellect and all that type of stuff. What are you really talking about? You know what I'm saying? And there's that whole battle because the woman, once she hears how intellectually sound you are, now she feels like she has to keep up. So what can she bring to the table intellectually so that the conversation is on the same level? And that's this little back and forth thing you play, you know, with them. And you're not going to get that talking to most 22, 23, 24, 25-year-olds. If you're looking at them for procreation, that's basically what it is. You're not getting no deep, you know, conversation. They're not experienced. They haven't been nowhere. They haven't done anything.
But once you develop as a man, do you really want to have those deep conversations?
I love having those conversations.
Man, this dude is cap daddy.
We've had these conversations for years. He's true. He's telling the truth.
I've never.
But I'm like, him,
I've never seen Das have these conversations he talks about.
What are you talking about? That's the only conversation I have.
This is the only conversation he has.
All right.
Like, he's not stimulated by a bitch that, like he said, hasn't been nowhere.
Yo, if you would have seen his Instagram prior to him, like, changing, you'd be like, yo.
I'm telling you, I've been around.
It had nothing but IG girls on there.
Yeah, but that don't mean they're not
like
intellectual. That. But what I'm saying, I've been around Das. I've been around Das.
He don't care about
intellectual. IG is still like that.
No, but he don't care about intellectual girls.
I want to breed them because
you don't neither.
It doesn't matter to him because he doesn't keep them. So I'm wondering, why does he care about?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He doesn't keep them, and he's like, yo, why do you keep calling me? I don't want to talk right now. I'll call you when I'm ready to smash. The girls be like, you can't just call me at 2:00 in the morning because you call bitches at the hour you want to smash.
I think that's his aphrodisiac, though.
I'm saying everybody got a
business all on the internet like that.
What you mean?
What are you doing?
Oh, you like women that's intellectual, okay.
Nigga.
It's gotta be real, nigga.
Yeah, not that real.
Damn!
And then he gonna say you meet a girl in the club, every step is to basically get down to business. Right. And then these dudes will be like, why don't you let your girl talk to men? When he just said that most of the conversations that men and women have is to get somewhere.
Right.
That's why you can't talk to my girl. Right. That's why they walk around with the head wraps and stuff like that in the Middle Eastern countries.
Your girls is not going like outside. You not letting. She was like, no, you do what I say. You
As
can't
opposed to
talk
what?
nobody.
Right, because it's all leading somewhere.
I mean, maybe, you know, maybe she intelligent.
Dude, you know what dudes want to do? They want to take your girl and they want to control her mind, and then they want to send her back to you for you to pay the bills, while he control her mind from another place.
Yeah.
That's what dudes want to do.
Yeah.
When you gotta do,
And you know
when
why
you gotta
they do
do,
that?
girl,
You know
and
why
you
they
know
do
you
that?
know when you gotta do, girl, when you start controlling her mind, that's what dudes get off on more than anything.
But if
Controlling
you
a woman's
were
mind.
controlling her mind from the house, she can't wait to get home to you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Because in relationship, well, in life, there's the fun guy. There's always the fun guy. He don't do nothing but bring the fun. That's not me. The fun guy, you have certain expectations for him. Your husband or your boyfriend, you know, he pay the bill, y'all take care of the kids together, y'all go to church together, whatever.
He can't be the fun guy.
He can be the fun guy. He just need to put in the work.
Right.
But if he don't want to put in the work, the fun guy is always available.
Yeah.
He's always there. And
No, this is what I'm saying is
you can't
that.
be mad at the fun guy.
But yeah, you can't be. But I'm saying, bitch, if I said it ain't no fun, it ain't no fun.
Well, you different.
No, you gotta be different.
You
Because I'm
different,
saying,
though. You not normal.
I'm not letting no nigga control my girl mind. I'm not letting no female
control. Supposed to.
Right, but niggas be talking like, once again.
If somebody trying your girl in your presence, that ain't your people. You know what I'm saying? So you need to just.
Nah, niggas always try your girl, but they do it in little subtle ways. Yeah, niggas sprinkle in a little shot, and then you have to let niggas know, like, bro, don't talk to my girl like that.
I feel like you talking about me when we was at the gym.
Oh nah, you said some wild shit.
No,
see, I gotta watch this dude right here, man. And some guys are like, oh, it's just sex. Let your girl have sex or whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not. Listen, bro. Every man gotta run their household. For the guys like Mr. Lucario and these guys that's dating coaches that want to be in open relationships, these dudes be in open relationships and let their girls sleep around with other men. But for me, it ain't no point in me having a. This is all damnation, bro. And the thing about sex, that what I do want to say, is that what too many people get misconstrued is that all of God's punishments are not immediate. We are living, the madness that we are living in, the chaos that we living in right now, is most of it is tied to our lack of sexual discipline.
Right.
Most of the chaos that we living in right now is tied to the lack of sexual discipline. So it may not just show, and then what happens is, because we have a lack of sexual discipline and we gotten so far away from it, it's like the whole thing with Joe Biden. Everybody they seeing what Joe Biden doing and everybody forgetting that y'all voted for him. It's the same thing with how people are about sex. Like, all of this stuff is happening. People not understanding, bro, if sex wasn't involved, no, you wouldn't have been doing acid in the tub naked when you was in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Men and women was doing that because they was naked having sex with each other. If they wasn't, like, nobody's sitting around doing drugs with women and there's no sex happening, or the possibility of sex.
I mean, LSD and acid was mind-altering, mind-opening experiences. It didn't always involve sex.
Man, listen. When I'm around people that's willing to open up their mind, it opens the possibility of sex.
Aphrodisiac.
Cause you saying, oh, I already seen you in this light, so ain't no turning back.
Let me open up your mind.
Let me open up your mind. And now this is what I wanted to say about this Ime Udola thing. Men in leadership positions are
women.
no, yes, and these women are going after these men, and these men are sometimes the victims of women being predatory.
Well, if
And if
in
you a
that
man,
particular situation, that's why they talking about the investigation, because if in fact it was consensual, they both signed the same contract. His is a little more extensive, but the contract wording was the same, which basically stated that you don't fraternize.
so let me
She
ask
signed
you,
it too.
if you go to work every day, and it's a girl hitting on you, what's your alternative? If it's a girl hitting on you,
If it's a girl hitting on you and you would prefer she not hit on you, then you simply say
to who?
to her.
Okay.
Speak directly to her.
And tell her what?
Your behavior is inappropriate. It's outside of the scope or parameters of our employment here, and I'll appreciate if you stop. You know what I'm saying?
And then what?
If she don't stop,
Then what?
she gonna stop.
See?
She gonna stop.
See? No,
If she
she's
don't,
not.
if she doesn't stop, then she has a mental issue, and so we got a deeper problem.
It don't matter what you gonna do about it.
What you gonna do?
Lock her up.
You can't lock her up.
Oh, now you locked her up. Guess what? This is a story in the Bible, Joseph and Potiphar's
In my
wife.
basement.
See? you know that story, Joseph and Potiphar's wife?
No.
Potiphar was a king and Joseph was his servant, and basically Potiphar's wife wanted to sleep with Joseph. Potiphar, the king, was a little bit overweight. Joseph was a young man, had a nice body, and Potiphar used to be away on business. She wanted to sleep with Joseph. Joseph said no. He turned her down. She made an advance at him again. He said no. She was so overwhelmed with emotion that she tried to strip his clothes off. All right. After she did that, she was afraid that, because he got away, they never slept with each other. She was afraid that he was going to go tell. So she told them that he did that to her, and Joseph ended up going to jail. Mm-hmm. But he had favor from God, so even in jail he thrived. But this was a situation where women don't, a lot of women can't handle a man turning them down. No. And a man does not have a lot of options when it comes to dealing with an aggressive woman. Mm-hmm. Most men in that situation, if you go to the front office and tell them that woman was like, they're going to look at you like, what?
Let her rape you. What's wrong with you?
Right. They're going to look at you like, and then if you tell them, they got to bring her in the office now and hear her side of the story.
Yeah, and then, I'm just not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not the type of person to go run into the front office like, yo, this girl is bothering me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So now, because you didn't run to the front office, you the vulnerable one. Because even when you run to, man, I got a homegirl who slapped the shit out of her man. Called the cops, they laughed at this nigga. Amber Heard told Johnny Depp, the cops not gonna believe you. Women know that when you go to authority, if a man gotta go to an authority figure about his woman, everybody like, you not a real man.
I know Johnny Depp had some rough nights, yo.
Yeah, the sex had to be good for like the first month, and then it was all downhill.
And she used to date Leo too.
It was good for a long time. Like
before
she dated Leo and Bezos, Amber Heard. Did you know that?
Nah.
So she was a gold digger.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, man. So the whole idea, like, I've had plenty of women prey on me, but that's another story for another day.
Same.
But the idea is, like, bro, I'm telling you, then your sexuality comes into question. Like, you gay? Yep. You're like, because I don't want to sleep with you. Why I gotta be gay?
Yep.
So women have a level of entitlement. Like, if I say I want it from you, you gotta give it. This is why when you smash your girl good and she like you and she want it again and you don't want to hit it no more, she be ready to blow your house up because she feel like Women don't like to be in a situation where they don't get to choose. So they feel like whenever they do choose, you need to bow down and succumb to her wishes.
And that's how you gonna wrap it up.
So Ime
Everybody's
Udoka was in a
going,
bad situation. That's why you really shouldn't have women and men working together.
That's another broad generalization.
So you want to have a
That's not gonna
separatist
happen.
society.
Me myself personally, I don't have to work with women ever again.
That's not gonna happen.
If I'm married, but if I was single, I'd rather just have like happy hour and pay some girls to come over on a lunch break on Fridays. But I wouldn't want to work in the office with women. They come in with
I love
heels
working
on.
with women. I don't want to work with dudes. I love working with women.
Yeah, but you love working with women. You ain't talking about getting no money. You talking about being in an environment where it's something nice to look at.
Yeah.
I'm talking about work. I ain't talking about looking at, but I'm talking about I want to work. You talking about something else.
I mean, what you're talking about is basically The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
Right.
That's
You was
how they
telling
set
me
it
that.
up.
Right.
They's like, all these niggas gonna be workers. All these bitches that are fertile are gonna be our bitches.
Right.
And there's none of that bullshit no more.
Man, I gotta watch that
You
damn
need
show.
to watch it.
You said it's on Hulu?
Yeah.
That's why I haven't watched it.
Well, it only takes 1 month membership to watch it.
I know, but shit.
And that's only like $4 or $5. So. But basically, you would love The Handmaid's Tale.
I'm saying I want to be in the studio.
There wasn't no place for our black asses in The Handmaid's Tale, but they took it back to the basics. We are the fucking kings.
Right.
We are our bitches, and that's it.
I want to, when I'm in the studio rapping, when I'm making podcasts, I don't want no female in the studio while I'm working. I'm working. I definitely don't want no gay female in the studio while I'm working. Like, I'd rather have a dude in the studio with me, somebody that I get tell man jokes and like
shoot the shit.
You shoot the shit. I call girls over for relief.
Right.
I don't want to sit there and look at a pretty girl all day.
No.
I'm working right now. But see, a lot of dudes don't be doing no work.
I like being around beautiful females.
But it's natural for me.
And that's what I'm saying. It's presumptuous that they can't engage. And we've been around females when we're working and engaged in good conversations while work is transpiring. They ain't just bubble heads that just sit around not talking about nothing.
What?
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, because what I'm basically telling you is that every conversation is leading somewhere. I'm not saying they bubble heads. I'm saying that how many places have you worked at where you didn't smash none of the girls you worked with?
We're not talking about me.
All right. You said your preference. Thank you. That's the point. What I'm saying is that 9 times out of 10, when women work,
you're going to sleep with women that you work with.
That's the point.
If you're there for any period of time, you're most likely going to have sex with somebody at your job.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the point. One of those exclusive contracts.
But yes, you did. You don't know what you signed. You didn't go through the papers. But you wasn't at the top. You wasn't no executive.
I mean, yeah.
You got pretty high.
I got pretty high, but I mean, I wanted to, I had my sights looking at, from the first job, I was at Taco Bell. I was like 16, 17 at Taco Bell. I wanted to smash the manager.
It's never been a situation where a man had to work with women and he didn't see a woman he wanted to smash.
She was my manager. I wanted to. She was, yeah. And then when I worked at the clothing store, it was a female clothing store, and actually, I got the job as a what you call the people that's in the back that stock stuff, like stock clerk or whatever. Only reason I ended up in the front was because one day my manager wasn't there, and it was like a holiday, and there was women everywhere in this store, and they needed somebody to run the cash register because they needed to give customer service. So they were like, yo, let's show you how to run the cash register real quick. So I came out there, they showed me, gave me a real quick tutorial. Now I'm on the floor. Then a woman came up one day and was like, yo, he works here? And he was like, yeah. She asked me, wow, what do you think about this? How does this look on me? Next thing you know, I'm on the floor. I wanted to have sex with everybody. I was like 19, 20 years old. I wanted to have sex with the people I work with. I wanted to have sex with the women that would come into the store to buy clothes. Like, you just want, that's just what it is. And but I had to conduct myself in a certain fashion because now I had a level of responsibility. She didn't want to give it to me because when she came back to work and saw me on the floor, she was like, "What is he doing out here? He's supposed to be in the back stocking, boxes." And they was like, "Nah, he's really good on the floor." And the women that are coming in now are actually asking,
for him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to know how they look at certain stuff,
And they want you to tell them how they look at certain stuff.
And I was telling them.
Exactly.
And she was upset because she was like, "Nah, that's not what we hired."
I'm saying if they say it's okay for men and women to sleep with each other
and work together,
then it's fine. But every job I've been at, in the contract, you can't sleep with none of your female coworkers.
I tell you what, after this situation right here with him, there's a whole lot of brothers right now that's rethinking the situations that they're currently in.
It's a whole bunch of brothers that's saying, it's like with this R. Kelly situation. One of the reasons why we got to give R. Kelly mad props is because he has not snitched on nobody. And it's a lot of guys that sleep with underage women. And he ain't never said nobody else's name.
Right.
With this situation, it's a bunch of dudes that's saying, I hope the cat don't get out the bag and they start cracking down on this policy at every organization in the NBA. We'll all be suspended.
There's some people right now in the NBA that's like, "Yo, we gotta,
tighten up.
Like, yo, I can't be seeing you anymore. It's over."
Right. That's exactly how all niggas is gonna do that dumb shit.
Erased all my texts.
And that's exactly when it's gonna go left. Cause she gonna be like, "What? You don't want to deal with me no more?"
Oh, some more coming.
Yeah, they more coming. You can't just cut her off now. Cause you scared, nigga. Don't be scared.
It's over with.
It's over.
You can delete your texts. Your shit don't erase on my phone.
I'm deleting her phone.
How you gonna get a
I'm going
bitch
through
phone?
her house. As soon as the story broke, I'm in the Ferrari on the way to the crib. Yo, let me see your phone. Beep, 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 beep. Give me my phone.
Like, for what? No.
Bye.
That shit's in the
cloud. It's in the cloud. All of your shit is archaic. All your shit is
shooting the cloud like this. Like, nah, it's
you ain't getting out of that. It's done. You done.
You done.
She gotta be smarter than that. She worked for the organization as well.
Okay.
But she can retire right now.
I can retire her.
You can. You end up at the beginning of our conversation back in jail where you said you didn't like.
I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, you are. If you talking about you gonna retire her, yeah, you are. You can't break her phone or you going to jail.
One of us retiring.
You can't do any of that.
I'm coaching. Like, he's the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, the head coach.
If you say you assaulted her to take her phone, you out of here.
I'm saying,
push on the couch and snatch it from her.
Why do we have to? This is the problem. Like, I used to be a school teacher. The kids come in and they talking sexual. I gotta act like a child while they talk sexual, right? It's like we adults. You put men and women in the same room, and people gonna start hooking up. Why would you create a policy to make adults be kids? It's not gonna happen. But guess what? The only people that get in any real serious trouble is the men. Because in society, they say you have to be chaste, whatever you want to say. You cannot be sleeping with these women. You need to have discipline. When Eve ate the apple, God gave her a punishment, but he said, I'm giving the real punishment to you, Adam, because you should have never let her eat that apple in the first place.
And you should have listened to her.
Right, and that's the reason why I tell men all the time, stop listening to women. Because she never has to pay the cost for anything that she just told you. So you can listen to her all you want and let her pump your head up, but you the one that's going to take the downfall. And too many guys are feminine. They be listening to women too much. If you listen to women, that's because you feminine.
Oh, you just got low T.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not too many human beings that's
beta male.
that's
Beta.
that's as intellectually sound as myself that I would even entertain the idea of listening to someone who can't really help me get to the next level in my thinking. Like, and I'm not just saying women, men too. It's like, why waste time talking to people that can't elevate you? Like,
Cause bro, I'm telling you right now, I grew up my whole life. I never ate salad. I got with my wife. I'm in the sole vegetarian eating salad. Women get niggas to do shit they would never do every day.
I have to agree to that.
So when you talk about intelligence, women don't care about intelligence. They ready to see your women get excited at seeing your intelligence leave you. They like, oh yeah, that nigga's getting dumber. Yeah, he's getting dumber.
I'll laugh at that.
So I can just tell him some stupid shit now, and he gonna go for. Why do you think it's niggas that they girl is saying something? The nigga is running into a situation getting murdered because that nigga's dumb.
So the lesson here is what? Don't listen to women.
It's no lesson. The right now we fighting it back against the system. It's like when they said you had the Inuits and the wolves. The Inuits put a blade in the snow with blood on it. The wolves come and eat the blood, and they die because they got lacerations in their mouth. You blame the wolves for being wolves, or the damn Inuits for putting the thing there. Now they trying to eat, so I understand that. I just feel like the system is set up for this to happen every day of the week.
It is.
So it's no lesson. Niggas is gonna fuck women. That's just what it's gonna be.
The last remaining of us.
Yeah.
The ones that ain't all
Right.
alphabeted up.
Right. That's what we gonna do. All of these rules are set up for your downfall.
Yep.
Kobe tried to be the most clean-cut dude. He was smashing a bunch of chicks. They hit him with the Colorado shit. All of these dudes, every man is getting punished based on sexuality. Mike Tyson, oh, he tried to grape somebody. Tupac, oh, he tried to grape somebody. Kobe, oh, he tried to grape somebody. Like, this is what they say.
Bill.
And you know that these men don't have to do that.
You gotta just be sharp. Like, you gotta be sharp. You gotta be on your game.
Man.
But that's what I'm saying about Mike. Mike don't want to be on his game. He just want to get him a pretty bitch, somebody he can be in the house with, and chill. He don't want to worry about all the motherfuckers trying to hit him in the face, bitches trying to, grab his nuts, bitches trying to come up on the come up.
I mean, that's...
He's not that dude. He can't handle that.
See, was you ever popular?
He was having a good time. Like, he was having a good time during his
first marriage.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yo, Das, have you ever been popular?
Years old. He ain't
like it.
When I was in high school, well, my high school was small, so I would say somewhat, but I was a little bit of a nerd.
Like, I've been in a situation where I was popular, bro. And I'm telling you right now that even though it seems like people that are popular or famous or whatever you want to say, even though it seems, you feel like men don't want to be used neither. I know that sounds crazy to people, but a lot of times men she just want to sleep with me because I'm on the basketball team. And you're like, I don't really want to deal with that because it's coming with a headache. Sometimes dudes like, yo, I mean, now when I think about it, once again, I was raised to think about a bunch of bullshit in a certain type of way. I should have just smashed all of the groupies. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
but I was like, I want somebody who loves me for me. I realized you can love a woman, but a woman can never love a man. She can respect you, but she can never love you.
You saying some wild stuff, yo. You saying some wild shit.
That shit was high science.
But
Okay.
Larissa Pippen would never be with Scotty.
No, but see, now, peep though. I was gonna say. Now, the thing is this. In a lot of cases, in particular the NBA, we know what the idea of physical attraction is. We can look at a man and we can tell, okay, most women might find him attractive. Some men might have to work a little bit harder. But when you got money, you know what I'm saying, then that goes out the window. How many halfway decent or not even decent looking basketball players got, wives?
I went to college with some dudes that got a record deal with Jermaine Dupri, and they came back to college. They look completely different. They had on better clothes,
right?
Jewelry. He's like, who are these dudes?
And that's going to attract all the
right.
girls. So then, okay, so they getting these girls. Yeah. I've seen it with my own eyes going to places like McCormick and Smith, and you'll see somebody who obviously played for the Hawks or for the Falcons, and he's just like, but he's draped, and she's like IG model level. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about nothing. They're absolutely not even having a conversation. She's busy uploading pictures to her IG. He's on his phone talking to somebody. All he knows is I'm getting ready to smash this as soon as
that's
dinner's
all I want to know.
She's ordering crab legs and all the stuff that she don't normally eat when she buys herself. And then after it's done, he's taking her to the spot and he's banging her out.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's no intellectual aspect there to this whole thing. It's all about I'm smashing her because she's beautiful. And a lot of these dudes would not have a chance in hell with,
Somebody gotta have a chance with them. Like, we be making it seem like pretty girls are like gods.
We make them.
Somebody gotta have a chance with them.
We make them like that.
But yeah, they are.
The NBA players are 6'6".
He's tall.
That's what girls like.
Look at George Murrison. He's 7'2", looking like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Shaq with Cookie's pretty little ass.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And
so
Shaq's he's a decent looking brother. Look at Draymond Green. I mean, like.
I'm not judging how men look. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, okay, I can say that a man like The Rock or the
if you're attractive and you got money, you're gonna have some problems.
No, bro, I'm telling you something right now, bro. Women as all this mental stimulation, man, if you fuck a girl good, that is that is important. I mean,
it is important, but you got to get there, and it takes money or looks or charm or
no, it doesn't. Let me tell you what it takes to fuck a lot of women.
What?
Other bitches talking about you will have Kim Kardashian. Like, where is this nigga phone number? Like, when you smash girls good, other girls talk about it. They be like, that's how you smash more chicks.
That's one way.
Yeah, it's just one way. It's not.
But as they get more mature, as women get more mature, they don't talk as much because they be like, oh, I'm going to keep that shit to myself. So you ain't got 35-year-old women talking about Q if you smash her good. That's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely not talking about me. I'm out the game.
The more mature they are, they're less talking. Especially 40 years old.
I know some older ones that do quite a bit of talking and they get outside of the especially when they're still relatively attractive, but they're older. Mm-hmm. So it's like they tell girl, you know what I'm saying? They have some conversations too with their girl, like, and then our girl is like, what you doing with that little, whippersnapper or whatever the case may be, because she's not getting none or whatever, so she.
But if
she don't want to introduce you to her girls because she know that's just bad. And I'm like, I'm keeping this to myself, but I'm gonna tell them about all the fun that I'm having.
Right. But I'm not going to
introduce them.
Or it might keep his name on the low, or who he exactly is on the low.
But yeah, having women brings more women. That's like an equation. I can't even imagine.
Does having men bring more men? A woman having men, does that bring more men? That's why we different than women. Cause if I see a woman got a man, I don't really want to, like, if I see she got a bunch of men, I don't want to be her man.
You're not.
I don't want her to be my woman.
So much on the men. Women
I'll smash.
Women are more they're definitely more visual and they're more physical. So when you see a woman, you see the dude that's with her. You're not 90% of the time your attentions are not focused on him. You focus on her. I think with women, it's a little bit of the reverse. I think when they see a man, they looking at her, trying to see, do I look better than her? You know, what can I bring to get his attention?
Yeah.
You know, so we're not even looking at the dude. You know,
No, I'm not talking about looking at a dude introduction. I'm saying that if you got a female and she's like a player, you might want to smash, but you're not gonna ever be like, yo, I want that to be my girl. But it's girls that will stand in line and fight for men.
Yeah.
They, like you said, women begets women, and or men can have a harem, but a woman, very rarely will you see one woman have a rotation of 5 men and all of those men are in agreement.
The thing that's crazy is that most men know exactly what is required to have a relationship that works, and in most cases, that is some acquiescing. They do, but they don't do it. And different women get different levels of the same person. You know what I'm saying? There's this, like, say this dude, he's rotating, say 3 or 4 girls. What I like about the relationship I have with this one may be totally different than the one, like this one right here loves to make me fool when and she loves to just rub my back and massage. We may not even have sex. I may just go over there for good meals and conversation. This one right here, she like to, it's everybody gravitates for different reasons.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if you operating under the presumption that most men know what women need in a relationship and they decide not to give them, what happens is that most men, the men that women don't like are the men that acquiesce. And then they end up not liking that man anymore. And so that's why a lot of women are in a perpetual cycle of being with the bad boys. The one, like men, a lot of men ask themselves, why would the girl I be treating good and everything like that? I was a player. I put my player card up. I'm treating her good. And this bitch is cutting up on me. As soon as I be like, fuck you, bitch, and I start fucking around, now all of a sudden she want to get right again when I'm a rebel.
I'll give you a perfect example. I'm hanging out with this dude one night, and we partying, we having a good time. We it's one of them nights where we bouncing from spot to spot, we bouncing, and we went up in this spot, and it was one motion. You know what I'm saying? It was one motion. We had some drinks, we moving in the club, and in one motion, I walked into the club and grabbed this female's arm and took her to the floor and danced with her. I did not know she was there with a man. I don't even know if he was standing there next to her. I don't know.
Me and you was out?
I believe it was me and you. And so I grabbed her. It was at, what was the old Beluga, the old piano bar. And we went out there and I'm spinning her. We having a good time. Maybe. But we spinning her. We having a good time. We wilding. And I thought it was you that was conversing with the dude because the dude was looking at me like, this dude just took my girl out on the floor, this, that, and the other. And whoever it was, if it wasn't you, kind of brought him down like, it's my man, he just having fun. He had a little bit to drink and he just having fun. He don't mean nothing by it. Woo, woo, woo. And then when I was done, when we danced a couple songs, she was in heaven, smiling, spinning around her, and I brought her right back to where
I would have sent that bitch from heaven to hell. I would have been like, yo, we getting a divorce, bitch.
No, but I brought her right back to where I got her. And at that moment,
niggas always bring their bitch back to where they got her. They like, bitch,
he was there.
Go home.
And then kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? The point
you think they kept it moving? You don't know what happened.
I don't know. But
niggas break up happy homes every day. They don't even be knowing.
No, but the point I was making is this: she wanted to dance. You brought her to the club. I don't care if that's your wife, that's your girl.
Yeah, but I mean, you wanted to dance. Whatever. Wait for me then.
But you ain't dancing. You ain't never going because you comfortable in your situation. So you brought out.
Well, then you ain't never gonna dance.
But that's how niggas lose their bitches.
Girl.
Right.
Nah, that's not how niggas lose their bitches.
Doing that side shit.
That's not how niggas lose their bitches. Niggas lose their bitches by dancing with them. That's how niggas lose. You can't. I know a nigga at the top of the I know a nigga at the top of the hill that fucking got in dance classes with his wife. The nigga that's gonna take your bitch is the nigga that be in there dancing at the dance. Yeah, exactly. You and your bitch doing all that fucking dancing. Y'all in line classes, and she still gonna fucking go off and fuck another nigga in the dance class. Nigga, I tell niggas
You don't
every
give
day.
them no credit.
I'm not giving them. Listen, everything I give my girl is what I want to give you. I'm not giving you nothing because you want it.
Damn, you are a pimp.
I'm not giving you nothing because you want it.
Dance?
No, nigga, what the fuck? She can dance with me.
But you ain't dancing.
I do dance with my girl because I like to dance.
Why is he bringing her to Beluga? He knows it's a bar. He ain't dancing.
Right.
Because we drinking. We chilling.
Well, yeah,
Yo.
With girls are more interactive. You just gotta do that bullshit.
We sitting here doing this podcast.
You gotta do that bullshit. You gotta do some of it. You have to have a discretion.
He got us on live.
Y'all dudes, man.
Discretion with sugar, discretion with alcohol, discretion with drugs, discretion with dancing.
Nah, man.
Yo.
My homegirl take pictures for them, so she told me about it, but I ain't gonna go to that. They've been bringing in some pretty decent crowds though.
They with Nas, right?
Yeah, packed. Yo, Nas and Busta and some of them.
Where they at? The State Farm?
When I was on with PE, the publicity on it sucks. Like the music industry don't even talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
What they at State Farm?
It's crazy how they treat what we doing to ourselves.
What arena are they at?
Where they at tonight? Is State Farm Day?
What is that? Live Nation? Where's the Live Nation?
Live Nation is a ticket outlet.
Live Nation.
I don't know what spot it is. It's in Atlanta. Who's going?
Yeah.